feel like you guys played with the kind of energy you would have hoped they would play after Wednesday night?
I thought it was kind of a blah game, you know, for both teams. I think the whole building was kind of blah. We played we played really well defensively at times. That's the best we've run the match up. And then we did for an extended period of time.
Offensively, do you feel like you got good looks and just didn't get shots, or was their defense causing itself?
I don't know, our 4-footers good looks. We got good looks. You know, KJ had a bad game. KJ generally makes those. You know, we all know that. He generally makes those shots around the basket that he missed. Casey hasn't made them lately, but Casey's certainly capable of making them. Casey had open looks. We got pretty good shots. We didn't get good shots.
Can you talk about Casey's performance, getting 14 rebounds and double-double?
Well, I just told Stan he misses so many, he knows where they're going. No, we've been on him to rebound the ball. You know, we need him to rebound the ball at both ends. We're not. Excuse me. We don't have real explosive guys in there. So you know, it helps for him to come in, and which is kind of what we've always done. You know, we've always had really 4 guys go rebound the ball.
Coach, where was Dan Jennings today?
I don't know.
Is it an excused absence? Is that what
Yes.
he said?
He's how do I put it? Yeah, it's unexcused, unexcusable. Never be seen again.
Is off doing all, or did he just...
No.
Did you expect him to be here then? Or?
You know what? Here's always been my thing, and I understand you have to report it, and that's fine. But I mean, can we talk about the guys that play? Because he didn't play anyways, and hasn't played. I mean, the truth of the matter is he's been a non-entity. You know, we started him to try to get some other guys motivated and things, but you know, and he did work hard in practice for a while, but he hasn't. I mean, look at his career stats. I mean, that's we just didn't lose Kevin Jones. You know what I'm saying? It's a sidebar. I believe that's what you call it.
You may have addressed this earlier, Coach, but what's the difference? I mean, what made the difference in the game today? You had that 11-0 run. What happened? How do you explain it?
We went from playing man to playing matchup. I thought our matchup was pretty good. We did a better job of limiting them to one shot out of the matchup for the most part during what we did during that stretch. And we got some easy baskets. We got some runouts and some easy baskets in transition during that stretch.
Is that one of the defenses that you're still limited to play by who's in the game, or are you pretty comfortable with?
No, I thought Dennis was a lot better. We've spent, you know, we've tried to spend some time on it here lately and make sure he knows what he's doing. He was okay today.
14 rebounds from Casey. Is that just a fluke of happenstance, or was there something?
You know, we've been on him about it. You know, he's very capable, as everybody knows. He's athletic and he's strong, and we need him to rebound the ball. So we've really emphasized with him to go rebound the ball.
Bob, something else you emphasized, turnovers. We only had 6 today, gave them no points. Didn't score a lot. Is that a significant factor today?
Honestly, I thought we had more. I thought we turned over a bunch in the first half. I don't know. It seemed like we did.
Yeah, 1 in the second half.
Yeah. certainly a point of emphasis because we've been so bad at it, to take care of the ball. And the truth is, we've gone from being one of the best teams in the league at taking care of the ball to one of the poorer teams in the league at taking care of the ball. So, obviously, it's a point of emphasis.
Coach Dennis said that he had a conversation with you, and he said he'd feel more comfortable coming off the bench rather than starting. He would like to do that for the rest of the season. Is that something that you plan on doing, or is it just kind of a case-by-case basis?
It depends on matchups and what we got to get done.
Your players had a meeting on the bus on the way back, they said. Are you in favor of those kind of things on a team, as far as them just getting together amongst themselves, hashing out where they think they should be?
I've always had people step up and lead, and I, I mean, we've always stressed, a family atmosphere, which we certainly have. I mean, our guys know how many of the Cincinnati guys come back here, and hang out and try to help and talk to them and counsel them, and certainly, the guys that have that past 3 years, and then some of the other guys who, played with Joe and Darris and those guys. They try to help them, and I think that's a good thing. And we've just had a hard time with somebody emerging as a leader. And obviously, it's a lot easier or a lot better if the best player is your leader, not just your best player. But I think I told you this before. I had Tark come in. I think it was 2000, and just come in and talk about his great teams and winning the national championship and so forth. And he said, your team's really good when your best player is your hardest worker and your team leader. And he said that's what they had with Larry Johnson, and that's what I had with Kenyon. And really, Deshaun, I can remember saying today after the Mountain State game, he got whatever he got, 36 or 37. He's running around apologizing to everybody, and I said, come here, man. Nobody expects you to get that many a game, but you've got to lead, and the first thing you have to do is you have to lead by example. And the problem is, when you don't set a great example yourself, you can't be a leader. So we've kind of struggled with that, and obviously the guy who lead us would be KJ from a work standpoint, from a player standpoint. And he's trying, he really is. He's just not very vocal, he's just not. But he is trying, and so to answer your question, I mean, I'm in favor of really anything that brings them together, and because the truth of the matter is, it's so much easier to achieve your goals if you're all rowing in the same direction. If you get out there in the boat and you got a couple guys rowing in the wrong direction, they just screw everything up. And actually, I told them before the game, if you don't love, it's too hard. I mean, if you don't love basketball, if you don't love competing, if you don't really love it, you need to play the fiddle or do something baritone, or I don't know what the hell you do, but do something else, man, because this is too hard. It's just too hard, and it's not. Guys that don't want to have teammates need to play golf and tennis. I mean, there's some tennis guys who could have never stayed on a team, but they're pretty successful on their own. So, it's just kind of what it is. When you're a member of a team, you've got responsibilities to other people.
McEnroe was a good teammate, huh?
I didn't say that. So, if I would have said that, one of you guys would have put it out there, and then they'd have picked it up somewhere, and then all of a sudden I got a call from McEnroe, and he just said, "Well, what the hell's your problem with me?" And I really don't. I think his commercial sucks, but other than that, I don't have a problem with it. just got to get everybody rowing in the same direction. I mean, that's the best analogy I can give you. You know, you can't have guys trying to do their own thing. This just doesn't work. It doesn't work in a team sport. And I mean, that's why we put up in the locker room the Charles window, you know, about attitude. And it's probably as truthful a statement as anybody's ever uttered. You know, if you got screwed up attitude, you got screwed up team. You got screwed up church, you got screwed up company, is whatever it is. Anything that involves a bunch of people where you have to work together, you have to have a good attitude.